Hello, Scorpio. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Scorpio is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Remember to hit the like button, leave a comment, consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. If there is anything you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I provide. And remember, Scorpio, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. The Devil card. This is not a bad card at all. The Devil gets a bad rap. This is the engine of the car. This is your creative driving force. This is literally like the human drives, like what drives you in your life. Your creative drive, your pleasure drive, your sovereign drive. Okay? This is a motivated energy. This is a creative flow. This is just like, you've got this energy right now where I think any kind of, like, you just got the juice, We got to put this card into a little bit of context and see what it is that you're creating, why you're creating it, what is motivating you. This is a goat that just wants to climb the mountain. Yeah. This is a force inside of you that just wants to do something, create something. And if we don't give this a sense of direction, if we don't point this goat somewhere, it's going to tear up the yard. Let's see what's going on. Do we have our horns stuck in a chain link fence? Are we not letting our goat out to create? 5 of Swords. 3 of Pentacles. This is a Capricorn energy too. You got the Capricorn goat with the Devil card. You have a Mars in Capricorn here. But I feel like maybe we're asking kind of what mountain to climb, We have the Moon card. We have an 8 of Cups. We have a 7 of Pentacles. Over here, we have a 10 of Cups. We have an Ace of Swords. We have a Prince of Wands. And we have the Hanged Man. Very nice. So we see what happens over here when we don't properly direct our creative energy. We start to stagnate. Whether it's fear that's holding us back, or boredom, or a lack of direction, or not being able to commit to something, or feeling that we're just kind of lost in this, well, like I said, the goat could really tear up the yard. Right? And so, to me, it's that lack of an outlet is going to lead to maybe some destructive behaviors. Okay? Anyway, let's select the mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. This is the factor infinite and unknown. We're going to set this down right over here and put big red ant right on top. We're not going to look at that card until the very end. It will tie everything together, and it will give us the confirmation we need at the end of the reading, if at any moment during this message you feel like you might know what that card is. Put your prediction in the comments. Now, looking around at the majors, we've got 1, 2, 3 majors. We've got some fire. We've got some water. We've got some air. We've got some earth. And what we see here is this is extraordinary. Because we see a little confusion, we see a little bit of fear or stagnation, or just kind of like boredom, and just, not really like a lack of interest in anything. But over here we have bliss, we have clarity, we have, perseverance, we have enthusiasm and motivation. Because of this Hanged Man, because we are surrendering to this creative flow. You got to let the goat out. Whatever's entangling the goat in that chain link fence, we gotta free it. We've got to open up the yard. We've got to let the goat out because it wants to do something. There is some force inside of you that is driving you up a mountain, and it's like we need an outlet for that. Okay? So the devil card typically is habits, worries, fears that are holding you back. What is your goat entangled in that's preventing it from climbing up the mountain, whatever the mountain is? Working hard at something, creating something, doing something, right? What is wasting your time in life? Because that's some of that entanglement too. So if we're not doing what we feel like we need to be doing or we want to be doing, we're going to end up doing other things, like a 7 and an 8, okay? Like a 7 of Pentacles, like an 8 of Cups. We're going to start doing things that aren't good for us. We're going to start compensating. We might get involved in some bad habits, some unhealthy habits, or just some wastes of time. The sort of idle hands or the devil's playthings, right? As the devil card. So the engine of the car is neutral. It's not good or bad. It's just an engine. It's going to go wherever you drive it. But if we're not intentionally driving it anywhere, it's just going to do donuts on the lawn, and your neighbors are going to get pissed. It's just leading to self-destructive behavior, you see. So we have to understand, what some of those habits, what some of those things are that are holding us back, or what are some of those things that we're doing when what we should be doing is grabbing the steering wheel, pointing the car up the mountain, and driving that way. The moon card back there, don't let fear make your choices for you. Learn to laugh at yourself a little bit. Learn to see the humor in your situation. I mean, you look at these cards, it looks kind of dire, right? Yeah, well, this is the exact opposite. We're going from darkness to just bliss and light. Just with your heart being full and your mind being clear. That's absolutely extraordinary. I mean, just look at the shift. This is huge. This is a huge win, and I think what's going on is you're freeing yourself. You're disentangling yourself from those things that have been wasting your time, self-destructive habits. You're not going to tear up the yard anymore. You're giving the goat something to do. Be kind to yourself, because what you're doing is you're changing old patterns. You're avoiding arguments. You're avoiding anything that's going to feed the negativity. Okay? And I know you know what it is. One thing, several things maybe. Freedom starts by seeing what is controlling you or preventing you from grabbing the wheel and driving the car. Freedom begins when you recognize that you got your horns, your goat horns, Scorpio, are tangled up in a fence. Because once you see that, then you can make choices that are going to get you out of that. And that's exactly what the 5 of Swords is. This is the drama. These are the entanglements. This is the confusion. These are the doubts. This is everything that you got your horns tangled up in right now. Okay? And it may be we got a lot of questions. Maybe we're not asking the right questions. We're looking for clarity, but perhaps we're looking in the wrong place. This could be a little bit of confusion. Could be that we're engaged in a lot of drama. Could be that we have too much negative self-talk. Okay? Avoid arguments that are just tangling up your horns in the fence. It's like these are arguments that nobody wins. Okay? Let go of pride. Okay? If that's going to allow you to get out of some sort of a conflict and to calm your mental energy down and have clarity and balance and enlightenment, Swallow your pride and just say, yeah, fine, you know what? You win. I don't even care. Okay? Someone in your life may have been acting unfairly. You may feel like life has treated you unfairly. You don't have to match that behavior. Okay? Confusion is going to clear when you ask the right questions. What is it that you know for sure right now in your life? Okay? This is the month where you build trust with yourself. That you learn to trust yourself again. Slowly and steadily. Your actions need to match your words. So first we have to sort of figure out the words. Then we have to start formulating our actions to match those. And then people in your life too. Everything around you. They may be just, I don't know, commercials on TV and stuff, right? Telling you one thing. The lips are moving. You're hearing the words. But the feet don't lie. Sometimes there's an incongruence between the mouth and the feet. Watch the feet. Words will deceive you, but the feet don't lie. Okay? It's not really a month for talking. It's a month for doing. It's a month for just saying, I know what the right thing is to do, and I just haven't done it. And now the goat's tearing up the yard. Now the car's just doing donuts because I'm not in the driver's seat driving the wheel. We might be talking finances. We might be talking physical health. We could be talking creativity. It could be something at the job, you know. Maybe you're trying to get out of debt. Maybe you're trying to save money. Maybe you're trying to get fit and get healthy, you know, something like that. You got to earn your own trust, okay? And it may be that you need to let go of something and accept a defeat, accept a loss, and just say, okay, you know what? It didn't work. I lost that one. Fine. I made a mistake. Fine. I learned my lesson. Okay? Don't compare yourself to anybody else either, because that is going to steal any kind of joy that you have. And what we're trying to do is we're trying to dig ourselves out of a hole here, so we can have all this good stuff. This is a huge win. And I'm so shocked by how, bleak this is and how absolutely stunning this path over here is. We're getting ourselves on the straight and narrow. We're digging ourselves out. We're disentangling ourselves from the chain link fence. We're pulling our horns out of the fence or whatever, and we're getting behind the wheel. Measure yourself against your own past, not somebody else's, highlight reel. Walk away from a situation that may be draining your energy. Learn from your mistakes instead of replaying them. The Eight of Cups here is that emotional loop. And that's the emotional entanglement that keeps you stuck in the same behavior. Peace of mind, clarity is the real victory. Yeah. And now we have a Three of Pentacles under the surface because you have a lot of potential. This is the potential three. The Three of Pentacles is potential energy. It's not kinetic. Okay? There's potential here for the goat to climb up a mountain. And maybe that climb up the mountain is really us getting out of a hole. Maybe it's accomplishing the thing that we've always wanted to accomplish. Maybe this is us reaching our financial goals, our health goals, our work, career, school goals, relationship goals, whatever those goals are. This is your potential to do that. But right now, you're not living up to your potential. Very few of us are, And all this energy here, you're not alone. You're not special. We all have this. Every one of us, I don't care if you're a Scorpio or not. You could watch this reading and you can look at this and say, yeah, this is present in my life. The first step is us realizing that there are things that we are entangled with, habits of thought, habits of feeling, habits of behavior, fears that we have, and that potential that we have inside of us that we're not living up to. We got to dig ourselves out of something here. And that Three of Pentacles, this is your potential. This is saying that, look, you want the payoff, you got to do the hard work. You get up the mountain one step at a time. Boom, boom, boom. It's not a giant leap. It's not one bound over a building. It's steady climb. Okay? And as soon as you start on this path, as soon as you sort of disentangle yourself and you refocus your life, you're going to see results coming quick. Because you got it inside of you. This is something inside of you, a potential that wants to become kinetic, wants to become a Four of Pentacles. Okay? This is patient climbing up, refining. It's kind of it's craftsmanship, really. How are you crafting yourself? You know, how are you transforming yourself and your life? Right now, stay focused on what you can control. This is the month, Scorpio, for you to take charge, for you to kind of grab the goat by the horns, you know, grab the wheel of the car. Control what you can control. Focus on that. Don't worry about the rest of the stuff. It's a lesson in surrender. One thing for the Hanged Man. We're in a rut or a funk right now. And part of that is crying over spilled milk. We can't unspill the milk. But we can unstuck ourselves. And that's what we got to do. If we feel like our life is stuck, let's get unstuck. Focus on what you can control. This might be some good energy for like a new job, updating our resume, putting ourselves out there, making a plan. Realizing Mars in Capricorn, realizing that you have the strength to do this. You kind of got to, you almost got to get mad a little bit, you know? And just say, I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. I'm sick and tired of being stuck in the fence and just tearing up my own yard. Why would you do that, you know? So this is that, almost that, just the force, just the power, just that fed up, I'm done, almost a rage, you know? Where we're just going to start climbing. We're saying enough is enough. I'm done with the way it used to be. And maybe this is, for some of you, this is going to be financial. So you're feeling like we're just kind of buried in debt or something, you know? Everyone's been there. Most of us are still there. Okay? Kind of feel like you're in a hole or that there's a mountain of debt. Okay? So we got that kind of hole and that mountain analogy or metaphor there we could use. But with the Eight of Cups, that looping energy, the figure eight, it's a loop. It's a loop. We can't get out of it. And it kind of feels hopeless. And it feels like, yeah, I know there's the potential there, but I just feel it's this, I'm just so deep in the hole now, or that mountain is just so big that it's kind of hopeless for me to even try. No, it ain't. You put in the effort, you're going to see results quick. Whatever this is for you. Discipline and care is going to lead to progress. We got to get unstuck. We got to recognize, first of all, what things are keeping us stuck. Recognize your true potential. Okay? And start doing that work. Start climbing that mountain one step at a time. This is kind of like, you know who you're ready to become. Now you've got to start aligning your behavior and your action with that version of yourself. Understand what your potential is, and now we start striving toward that potential. Now we have the moon back here too. The moon is fear, concern, worries, it's darkness, it's uncertainty. And, you know, to me it kind of feels like you've been experiencing a little bit of a dark night. This is kind of life in the dark, scary forest a little bit. But it kind of feels like this, you know, this is the low point in the dark, scary forest where we just kind of feel like we can't get out of it. And right now we're just kind of doing donuts in the yard, and we're just tearing up our own fence and stuff, right? Digging up the rutabagas or something. So you may be feeling confused. The fear is a signal. Because now we're choosing the courageous path, and you know what I feel like? The sun's about to rise for you. I feel like this is a threshold moment. I feel like you're on the cusp, Scorpio, of a very significant change where the light is coming. That I don't know, kind of like your true self is rising now. And you're about to say, I'm done, I'm fed up, I'm over it. I'm over it, we're changing. We're going through the doorway now. I feel like this dark night energy is done. You're getting bliss, you're getting clarity and certainty and truth, and you're getting motivated again. See, we got the fire over here. We don't have any fire over here. We have the potential for very, very productive, fiery work, creativity, right? That moon card is, it's a vibe, for sure. Okay, but I think there's something inside of you that is growing stronger. I want to do a divine doorway card because I feel like that you're about to go through that doorway, and this dark night is about to be over. The confusion, the hopelessness, the sense of doom is done. We're getting bliss, clarity, and motivation. All right, this is the big win. This is the huge win. And there's our card. What we have here is a moment's joy. Sand through the hourglass, yet time could stand still. A moment lasts forever in the bliss of the heart's will. Doing your will brings joy. Climbing the mountain, freeing the goat. Yeah, hashtag free the goat, okay? Letting yourself being on the path that you know you're supposed to be on, climbing the mountain that you know you're supposed to be climbing, it's joy. Even if it's struggle, even if it's just like you're clawing at the earth and you're climbing and your fingers are getting bruised and sore, and I sprained my index finger the other day. I don't know how I did it. But there's joy in that movement. There's joy in doing your will. And doing your will is your creative drive, your pleasure drive, your sovereign drive, working together in harmony. That's the Three of Pentacles. Creative drive at the top. Pleasure drive, sovereign drive, supporting that creative, generative drive. So what it's telling me is that there's one or other of these drives that are out of balance. And we can see that kind of here. Maybe the Eight of Cups is the pleasure drive, kind of out of balance. The creative drive might be out of balance. The sovereign drive or the assertive drive might be out of balance with the Five of Swords because we're sort of like, we're demotivated. We're defeating ourselves before we even get started. And we need to bring those drives back into alignment. And we do that by getting rid of things that are holding us back, realizing what the fear is, realizing what the funk is that we've been in, and really just kind of feeling like we've had enough. It's time for us to rise and realign these drives. When these drives are functioning properly, your life goes straight up. This is like a drone, you know? And when one of these fans aren't spinning the right speed, something instead of the drone like kind of lifting off like this, it just flops over. You know? And it's just every time we start, we just flop over. No. Something's out of alignment in you. One of those drives. And I think by recognizing which one's out of alignment, they're kind of all out of whack. I got to bring them back in whack. Yeah. And we'll rise. We'll get up. We'll achieve our goals a lot faster. We're climbing, but it's kind of like, you know, we're getting a little a boost, a little assist. And there's a joy. There's a joy in this Three of Pentacles. There's a joy in working toward the fulfillment of your potential. When all three of those human drives are working together, there's joy, there's bliss, there's clarity. There's hard work, of course, yeah. But it's meaningful, okay? So we're just about to rise up and go through this doorway where we say, I'm done with the way things have been, okay? And we're ready to start that journey again. We have the Eight of Cups up here as well. Realize those things that are draining your energy away. Be okay with walking away. Walk away from what no longer feels right. Don't fear change. Okay? Sometimes the Eight of Cups is something that we're clinging to because it's like a safety blanket, you know. I used to drink a lot. Believe it or not, I used to drink a lot, and sometimes that bottle, right, that was my safety blanket. And releasing that, you kind of feel like life's empty now, right? And I used to feel like that. Well, without alcohol, what would I have? You know, this is before I had my family and stuff. But I still, I still remember those feelings. But letting go of that, it may feel like emptiness at first, but you're making space for growth. Okay? To move on from something is power. You're taking the wisdom with you. You're leaving the bovine excrement. Walking away. Yeah. So we need a break. We need to break up with this, whatever that entanglement is, whatever those habits are, whatever those temptations are, whatever that chain link fence is for you. You need to break up with it. And then you'll get your energy back. You'll recover quickly. Okay? You're following your path. You're getting your drives back in alignment. Emotional healing. Okay? It takes a lot of courage to leave what drains you. As much as you may feel as if it's comforting you, it is draining you. Yeah, so this kind of represents the pleasure drive that might be a little out of balance. Okay, so who's really driving the car, right? What is this goat entangled with that it shouldn't be? And that sort of, I feel like these cards really go together. The Seven of Pentacles is the behaviors, okay? What we do have is a lot of Saturn energy right here. Both of these are Saturn, okay? And Saturn brings some of that melancholy, some of that heaviness, some of that dark night of the soul energy. And Saturn, of course, matches up with our devil card, our Capricorn energy. The Seven of Pentacles, failure, doubts, delays, okay? Something that, we may be feeling like it's not even worth trying anymore. But I think that you're very close to changing something or turning something around. So move gently. Start changing your behaviors. Take it slow. Okay? Whatever you do, don't give up. Keep moving. If you're in that dark, scary forest, that dark night of the soul, the worst thing to do is to just do donuts in the middle of the yard. You're burning a lot of fuel and you're tearing up the yard. You're damaging the car. You're not doing anything productive. Slow progress still counts. It doesn't have to be sudden miracle. It just has to be even baby steps. Baby steps. Okay. Basically, right now on the path of the dove, we have to evaluate what we've been doing and recognize that it ain't been working. Okay. Maybe this is financial. Maybe this is debt. Now, I'm no financial expert. Okay. I'm trying, but I'm not that good at money. I'm trying. We've got to be able to somehow look at it and say, okay, what I've been doing hasn't been working. Now, that's not going to make me sad and depressed and crush. No, it's just a fact. What I've been doing hasn't been working. If I want anything to change, I've got to change something. Keep doing what you've always done, you'll keep getting what you've always got. You keep thinking the way you've always thought, you'll keep thinking the things you thought or whatever. We need to be able to see it and say, I got to do something different. Nothing changes if nothing changes. Yeah. So adjust what isn't working and say, okay, obviously, you've been ramming your head into that chain link fence and you're not doing anything but getting yourself stuck. I need to think of a different tactic here, okay? But avoid the negative self-talk. Effort takes time. Growth takes time. Making a change takes time. But just stay consistent. Baby steps, okay? You're building something up. You're changing your life. You're getting through the dark, scary forest. This is a learning experience, what you've been going through. And now we're going to talk about the path of the serpent. And by the way, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do. The readings are totally free. And let me know which one of the cards on the path of the dove seems to resonate with you the most. One thing I want to do before we continue on is a spirit animal card. We'll check in with one of these quickly here. And what we have is the stag spirit. Take the lead. So it kind of looks like our devil card a little bit, right? We've got those big antlers, right? Or the horns of the goat. Take the lead. Okay? Take the lead. We're not waiting around for anything. We're taking our future seriously and saying, no one's going to come in and do it for me. I got to take the lead in my own life. We've got to be the goat or the stag here. Got to use our horns, use our antlers. And, yeah, well, 10 of Cups. Bliss, peace, comfort. Yeah. This is a home. This is a healthy home. This is loved ones. This is community. This is bliss. This is your dream coming true. And this is what you have the potential to create in your life, and you are creating it. You're creating relationships that are supportive, that are kind, that are loving. You're loving yourself. Okay? This is a feeling of being complete. This is a feeling of harmony. Okay? This is feeling very satisfied with what we're creating. This is feeling like everything in our life is functioning together. Everything's interconnected. Everything's working. This is you celebrating the small joys. You're not chasing perfection. You're celebrating the baby steps until it leads to the ultimate bliss. So this would be now you climbed out of the hole. You've gotten to the top of the mountain. You got out of debt. You accomplished the goal or whatever it was. And this is you kind of continuing on the right path. And through gratitude, okay, happiness is going to stay in your life. This is something that you want to maintain. You want to protect this. This is a deeply satisfying life. Over here, this stuff's not satisfying. It may take the edge off temporarily, but it's not satisfying. It's not creating bliss and happiness. You got this 10 of Cups. This is the dream. This is the perfect life. That's the dream come true. That's the happily ever after. Okay? This is what you're creating. And this is worth the effort. So we're not putting up with this anymore. What you have with this Ace of Swords is a moment of truth. Clear truth that's cutting through all the bovine excrement, cutting through the chain link fence, and, getting in the car and we're grabbing the wheel and we're taking hold of that wheel. This is an important decision. This is the life-changing revelation, light bulb moment, antenna on the top of my head, getting a lightning bolt from Spirit that says, I'm changing my life right now, starting today. It's a huge, huge win. Make that decision. Speak that word. Give the word. Once you say the word and everything changes, Scorpio. It's all you got to do is say the word. Okay? This is a challenge. This is a test. You're a lot stronger than you might give yourself credit for. Your manifestations will work when your word, when your belief matches your behavior. Become the match. Well, this is the match that's lighting the fire, but this is also realizing that your thoughts are creating your behaviors. Your thoughts are creating your reality. If you keep thinking this way, you're going to keep getting this physical result. Because the earth follows the air. The body follows the mind. Your body's over here constructing your life out of clay. And then it comes to you and says, look, I made this for you. And we're like, why? I didn't ask for that. Why did you give me this? I don't want this. And the body says, well, this is what you've been thinking about forever, so I thought this is what you wanted. Don't you like it? And you say, no, I don't like it. That's not what I want. Well, if that's not what you want, stop thinking it into reality. Your thoughts matter. Your thoughts are powerful. Okay? I want to do a Language of Flowers affirmation card. And what we've got is the foxglove, confidence. Be what you want to see. You have to be the match. Okay? Your beliefs, your words are going to influence your behaviors. If you have the right mindset, you're going to have the right behavior. And that brings up, of course, our confidence. Okay? I heard a story on another podcast, so I'm going to repeat it here. I'm paraphrasing. That somebody was about to go in for an interview on a new job. And they were nervous, they were upset, and they were just like, I really need this job. It's just terrible. I hope I get it. I don't feel qualified. And then their spouse calls them and says, oh, hey, guess what? We just won the lottery. We're millionaires, bazillionaires. We never have to work again. So come on home and let's just have a good life. And then that person that was going to go for the job interview, they thought, wow, that's great. I don't have to work at all. I'm free of that. It's so awesome. But hey, you know what? I'm already on my way to the interview. I might as well just go, just for shits and giggles. I might as well go on the interview. It'll be fun. They go in, they ace it, they get the job, and then on their way out, their spouse calls them and says, oh, hey, it was a mistake. We didn't win the lottery. We're screwed. But see, that person went into that interview, and because the mindset shifted, they went in with that confidence, and that's the Prince of Wands. It's that confidence. You know, it's that saying that, yeah, there's a challenge here, but it's not even a worry. You know, it's not hubris. It's not arrogance. It's the mindset shift. Yeah, it's the mindset shift. And we need that. That's what we need right now is a mindset shift. And now this is the card of fixed fire energy. We have to get that fire lit and we have to keep it lit. Passion, motivation, the sovereign drive, the assertive drive, the power drive, you know, in full force. So start this project now and do it with energy, do it with confidence. Don't be impatient. Fast isn't always the best, but consistency is. See, this is cruise control. Doesn't matter if you're cruising at 1 mile an hour or 100 miles an hour. The fact that you set it and you stick with it. And I think you're going to see that things are going to start happening faster. You're an inspiration. You're determined. You're taking the baby steps, and you're finishing what you start. You say, my first baby step, just getting out of bed in the morning. You do it. You check it off your list, builds up confidence. Pretty soon, you're really on a roll. It's snowballing, you know, and your confidence is growing and building, and you're making things happen, and you're taking even like bigger steps. Okay, even bigger steps. Now, the Hanged Man here at the end is very important too. It's a perspective shift. It's trying to look at things from a different angle. Yeah. Realizing that we're not stuck. Yeah. A problem looks different if you view it upside down. Your spirit, your soul, your guardian angel is showing you a different path, showing you a better path. And this is you just giving it up, surrendering, saying, okay, fine, let's do it. You know, what you've been doing on the path of the dove is trying to swim against the river, going against, like, your true self. The clarity is coming. Give up what no longer fits in your life. Surrendering really is sacrificing, giving up all that stuff that it's not really a sacrifice because it's just stuff you don't even want anymore anyway. Letting yourself float on through to, I don't know, cleaner waters. I don't know. Realizing that things don't have to stay the same. Yeah. And really realizing that the goat with its horns stuck in the chain link fence is not easier. I mean, that's a hard day. That's struggle. That's like we're walking around our life with a bunch of bricks in our backpack or a bunch of like anchors tied to our ankles. The old ankle anchors. Realizing that that's not the easier way. And if we break away from all that stuff, life is going to get easy. Life's going to be a flow. And we're going to float down the river, you know? Give up what no longer serves you. Give up what's been anchoring you, chaining you back, holding you back. Okay, this is huge. Let's look at the mystery card. I'm thinking Pentacles, maybe. I'm thinking Pentacles. We already have good air and good water. Maybe we need either some more fire, or I'm thinking Pentacles. I'm thinking maybe a 6, maybe a 4, 6, 9, or 10, or even an 8. Pretty much all the Pentacles except for the 7. We don't want the 7 again. If you have a prediction, put it in the comments. Let's see. The 5 of Cups. Yeah. So part of this is us really feeling kind of disappointed and feeling that like one disappointment kind of leads to a poor mindset, and that poor mindset leads to, you know, more disappointment and those kind of behaviors. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy. It's kind of this vicious circle that we're in. This is a 4. It's not a 5. It's a 4 of Cups. My bad. But the 4 of Cups, you know, it really has this similar energy, kind of refusing to move beyond this, okay, because of the expectation that it's going to be the same as last time, that it's going to just be more of the same. So it's almost like just kind of giving up, just kind of saying, well, this is my life now. I'm just going to sit here. This is it. There's no hope. You know. So really, it kind of goes with our 4, our 8 of Cups as well. And I think when we talk about the 5 of Swords and the mindset shift, but we have this negative self-talk, negative dialogue, it's kind of like we're talking ourselves out of it before it even begins. We're reinforcing this kind of stagnation, right? The 4 of Cups is not moving. It's water that's not flowing. So I kind of feel that, you know, this is, for one, it's a stagnating situation that just it can't stay the same. Something needs to change. Anytime you get a 4, you start looking for the 5. Right now, I was already thinking it was a 5. It's a 4. We need that movement. We need to do something different. Okay. This is the card of being unmotivated. And in a way, it's a card of being bored. Maybe we could use this to say, hey, you know what? This dark night of the soul stuff, it's getting old. Let's shake things up. Let's do something different now. Try something new to refresh your heart and mind. Give the goat a purpose, a direction. Give it a mountain to climb. Get it out of the fence and just say, here, climb a mountain. Doesn't matter which one, really, you know? But things have become just too, just normal. Like this has just been, it's just too the same all the time. It's stagnating. And if you can convince yourself that you're bored of this, that this is just getting, oh yeah, been there, done that. I want to do something else now. Okay? So I feel like you're going to shake things up. Anyway, that's what I'm feeling. Now, we're going to do an extended reading as well. If you want to stick around, we'll do an I Ching hexagram, we'll do oracle cards. We will clarify love and money, and we'll do the yes-no coin. There is a link in the corner. There's a link down below. New readings for Scorpio, Mondays and Thursdays. Be sure to watch both readings. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. Leave a comment. Let me know where in the world you're watching from. I want you to know that you are the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you, and we are all in this together.